I've been fighting this fight for about 20 years now. And, you know, sometimes when you fight anything, you kind of want to give up. Well, the momentum is starting to build in Harrisburg because we have come to a tipping point on how we fund education. It's just simply unfair. And I've been reading a lot about how we tax in this country. And all the economists are saying, look, we're a more service-oriented community than ever before. So we're not taxing things the way that we should be taxing things to pay for services. This property tax is antiquated. It doesn't belong here anymore. You got to tax goods and services, sales and use, and PIT. That's where you get, think about it. So you have homeowners in Northampton County. Not everybody's a homeowner, but I guarantee you more people buy goods and services. So who's paying for education, you expand it because you're getting people that are buying things. Then you add the PIT into it, personal income tax, and you get another growing group of people that might not be homeowners, but are paying into the system. So now what you have is a sales and use tax and a personal income tax, and you've got a bigger pool of people paying into the system, which means it gets more fair. And you're not overburdening one population over another. Yeah. And then here's the other thing and why I fight this. Because it really is not fair that you could take the same home, whatever your home is, say take my home. Take my home and I move it to another county. They could be paying $2,000 in school taxes, or currently I might be paying $9,000. How is that even right or fair to begin with? And then you tell me, I've been a senator for a while now, I've seen and heard the tears coming from people that have actually lost their homes. This is real. And now I'm hearing from people that want to go to counties where the tax rate on their homes for school taxes is a lot less. So now people are starting to make decisions on where to live based on the school property taxes, where they're going to live in Northampton County or Lehigh County or Carbon or Monroe, because that difference is there. One home you could be paying $2,000 in property taxes, and that same home in another county, $10,000. Just that in itself is not fair. And you know what I tell the school districts sometimes too when they go, well, it's unstable. I go, but when you get a personal income tax, there's an automatic increase there that the school districts are going to get every year, because when your pay goes up or you get a cost of living increase, they automatically get a chunk of your money. And that's a good thing, because then they won't have to raise taxes every year. So it's almost like you get this annual increase. All of us up here, every senator I know that voted for 76 cares about good quality education for our children. And then what I really don't like is when we are disparaged and say, you don't care about those kids. Everybody knows we care about those kids. I was in public education system in East Hills, Freedom, Governor Wolf, the best public education system, and I want to keep it that way. But the challenge is, how do you make it fair and affordable? And that's where you start out with. And I think that's why this bill is so good. I'm going to continue to fight, but I need to hear from you and all our other senators and representatives. There's a lot of representatives who really haven't in Northampton and Lehigh County that haven't signed on to 76. You should really find out. I'll help you find out who they are, and you need to talk to them. I don't think you realize this, but when we started out, like when I started 20 years ago, we might have had maybe 3 or 4 co-sponsors in the Senate. We're up to 24. There's 50 senators. A bill needs 26 votes to pass. So it fell shy of 1 vote. And there were some shenanigans that were played by the leadership and the governor at the time, because I was convinced we had the 26. But I think somebody took a walk, went somewhere back to their district to avoid it. And another one was a co-sponsor and left too. So it was going to pass. It's just I don't think the leadership in the Senate and the governor, since it's so monumental change-wise, we're ready for that. But I'm telling them, you better get ready, because this isn't going away. It's just gaining momentum. So to think that it's just going to go, it's never going away until you correct it. It's just the way it is. And then I said to Governor Wolf, I go, hey, man, you know what? If we get this done eventually, how about if I offer this incentive? I'll retire. You know.
And I will too.
I'll see that, he will too. Because, you know, I always say in Harrisburg and Washington, we never get the big stuff done. It's always the special interest legislation that gets done. But the big picture stuff, and this is big picture stuff, totally changing the way you fund education is huge. It's monumental. We need to do this. And as senators and representatives, you elect us, right, to be leaders. Not to just be wallflowers and be scared of every little vote. Or here's why some senators and reps won't vote for this. They're so convinced they're going to lose their next election because their opponent is going to say, you raised my sale and income taxes. Well, sure, but we eliminated property taxes. So I'm not afraid of that fight. But you have elected officials that kind of are. So they're more someplace worried about their election. So look at those people around that are your leaders. Real leaders stand up, take the challenges, and do some bold things. That's what this is about.